Hello, good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Another time for the morning market review from Rally Trade Rally Academy. I want to confirm if you can hear me from your own end. Kindly type, I can hear you. If you can hear me from your own end, kindly type, I can hear you. I can hear you. Or you type audio, just type audio on the chat box. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Jami Tohib. Thank you very much. I don't know if you have been seeing what is happening in the market this morning, but it's going to be a very beautiful week. I'm very, very certain about that. Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Antonio Amici. So it's already 8 o'clock, and I'm very certain everyone can hear me from their own end. Let's give others the opportunity to join the class. We just have few guys in class now, but I'm seeing beautiful setup on the chat, and I'm looking forward to taking advantage of them this morning. But I wish we had enough numbers before we kickstart the class now. But be that as it may, let's give them additional 5 minutes. By 8:06, we will start the class fully. By 8:06, we will start the class fully. Thank you very much. By 8:06, we will start the class fully. Let's see if we can wrap up at least 200 or 300 people in today's class. Thank you very much.
Program school mo about the class. Program school lele.
So good morning. It's 8:06 already, and we had to start, and while others can join us. So you're welcome to today's morning market review. Another time to analyze the market, to look at possible zones and possible areas where you can enter your trade and exit your trade. Remember that when it comes to trading, it's all about having an entry and an exit strategy. It's like your popular market. You don't go to your popular market and you stay there forever. Like as if you are the owner of the market. You go to the market and you come back home. That is the way it is in the global financial market. As much as you are trading, you should have an entry strategy and an exit strategy. So we are looking at possible zones where you should enter your trade and possible zones where you should exit your trade. But ideally, the first thing you should look at whenever you want to place a trade in the morning is look at the news. You know, you already know that when it comes to trading this market, one thing you need to understand is the market trades on three types of analysis. First, we have the fundamental analysis, which is more like the news and the events, which I would see or call the primary driver of the market. Fundamental analysis. Then we have sentimental analysis and technical analysis. So it is wrong, it's unhealthy, it's unprofessional for you to wake up in the morning and say, I want to enter a buy trade or a sell trade. You should look at the news so that you don't end up entering a trade and you enter a buy and all of a sudden a news pops up, was released, or somebody's dropping a speech around that particular time you are placing your trade and you saw a major sell or a crash of an account. We don't want you to crash your account. We want you to multiply your account, encourage others to see the opportunities in trading, invite them to come on board. That aside, Monday morning, today is October 2. You can see my screen. If you can see my screen, type screen. I want to believe you can see my screen. We are currently on Forex Factory. Oh, thank you very much. I see my screen. So today, coming into today, which is October Monday morning, there's a high impact news that is going to be dropped from the USD zone. Yes, by 3 p.m. I trade this news a whole lot, sincerely. It is the Institute of Supply Management Manufacturing PMI. Institute of Supply Management Manufacturing PMI. PMI stands for Purchasing Managers Index. Yes, it is a major driver of the market. So by 3 p.m., I'm looking forward to, trading this news. I've told most of my clients that don't have much fund in their trading account, let them try to fund their accounts and, see the opportunities of making money from this particular news. It is a survey that is being carried out by the Institute of Supply Management on 50 purchasing managers. 300 purchasing managers. Yes, on certain parameters based on their business, based on their employment, based on their new order, based on their suppliers' delivery and their inventory, basically. If the result comes out greater than 50, it shows that it is good. It's good. It is also based on a parameter like their employment. How well do they employ? How they are purchasing raw materials for production and other things, as well as their inventories. So it is a leading indicator in the economy, and if it comes out greater than 50, it shows that it is good for the dollar. And you can see it in the past. If you look at it very well, you can see my screen. The last time it came out was September 1, and it has been released at the almost like the first working day in the month. Comes out greater than this, good for the dollar. August comes out lesser than this, good for the dollar. The primary yardstick is if it comes out above 50, it shows industry expansion compared to contraction. Contraction is not good. We want the industry to expand. And if the industry is expanding, the economy is booming or the economy is buoyant. We also have another news coming up today by 3 p.m. That's the ISM manufacturing prices. Everybody is also looking forward to one big man in the market who is the Fed chairman, Jerome Powell is speaking by 4 p.m. Expectations are on that, the outcome of his speech. So we are expecting major volatility by 4 p.m. If you don't have funds, ensure you fund your trading accounts and, make money. Okay, you can see my screen. Thank you very much. I think your device can see my screen. So Fed chairman is speaking by 4 p.m. quarter of the year. Sentiments are already surrounding that the Fed chairman is still going to increase interest rates by 25 basis points before the year runs out. Do you understand that? Yes. So, sentiments are already surrounding that, and major sentiments are also pushing this, giving some strength to the United States dollar. And you can see, if you look for a large part of last week, the US dollar came Okay, apologies for I want to believe you can see my screen. I want to believe you can see my screen. I'm going straight to the dollar index. I'm going straight to the dollar index. I want to believe you can see my screen. My screen, I want to believe you can see my screen. I'm going straight to the dollar index. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So first thing you need to understand, this screen, my dollar index measures the strength of the United States dollar against the basket of 6 most traded currencies globally. Now, ideally, before you enter every trade in the morning, I think my colleague should have done one or two justice to that. I don't know if I couldn't hear what I was saying. The dollar index has been on an upward trend. You should be looking forward to buying opportunity when the overall trend is bullish. Now, some people will say, what do you mean by the word bullish, my Oga? If you look at this particular chart now, I hope you can see my screen. This is 4 hours time frame, and I try to shrink my screen. You should also learn how to do things like this. Overall, look at the dollar index. It is more bullish. It is going up more. So I usually tell my clients this, that as much as you are looking forward to entering any trade, don't just jump into entering a buy or a sell. Look at the overall trend in the market. Yes, look at the overall trend in the market. The overall trend can always be seen on a higher time frame, and you can see on a higher time frame, that's on my H4 or D1. On my H4, the overall trend is bullish. So I should be looking forward to buying opportunities if I am about to enter a trade on anything that has to do with the dollar or maybe dollar index. Maybe I love trading dollar, the USD IDX. You should be looking forward to. Okay. So you should be looking forward to buying opportunities than than selling opportunities. Do you understand what I'm saying? Please hold a sec. So the US dollar has been strong over time. If you look at it for a large part of last week, the dollar was very strong. I just saw an opportunity this morning and I took advantage of it. And you can see on my NZD-USD, I saw a very good confirmation and I entered a buy. And I'm currently making some money from it. That was what I was saying before there was a little glitch in the network. I wish this never happened. I would have loved everyone to enter this particular trade and, let's smile to the bank going into this week. But so the dollar has been strong for a large part of last week. But going into this morning, you'll notice something that sentiments are already surrounding the fact that Jerome Powell is speaking by 4 p.m. today, and every other instrument or every other currency will want to trade on this particular currency called the United States dollar, pending when the news drops by 4 p.m. or when Jerome Powell will speak by 4 p.m. So, oh, the dollar is the global currency. So maybe we should take over the market now, pending when ISM manufacturing PMI is being released by 3 p.m. and when Jerome Powell will be speaking by 4 p.m. So let's take over the market. So the dollar as we speak is weak. But overall, even though the dollar is weak, that does not mean that you should now, take advantage of the weakness of the dollar and stay in the market forever. I told you before we started this class that trading is all about having an entry and an exit strategy. One candle can give you 1 million naira or 5 million naira, and one candle that form can give somebody else only 2 naira. It is what determines that is because you saw an opportunity, you enter with good lot size, you exited the trade, and you have a good capital. And somebody will say, oh, I want to enter this trade with the least lot size and I will stay forever in that trade. And you will end up losing the money. So that is that. Let's go to my best, my favorite currency, which is Euro USD. I don't know why I just love this particular pair. I believe you can see my screen. I believe you can see my screen. Oh, so I said that before you enter any trade, try and go to a higher time frame to see the overall trend. So ideally, I don't need a prophetess, I don't need a soothsayer, I don't need anybody to tell me that I should be looking forward to more of selling opportunity compared to buying opportunity. Now, no doubt the dollar is weak, so which means that Euro USD should be buying. And that was what's happened. You can see on my 4 hours, you saw this major buy candle. I hope you can see my screen. We saw this major buy candle. If I'm going to add my indicators, let me add something. Let me add something. Whenever I see chart like this, get me so excited. Okay, good. Good. So I should be looking forward to selling opportunities. Why? The trend is my friend till the end. The trend is my friend till the end. So what am I saying? Right from on the 12th of July, 2023, that Euro USD climbed to this peak, it has been descending, forming lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. Do you understand what I'm saying? Very, very simple. Or maybe I should just put it. Some people will say, what is lower lows again? What is this guy saying? Lower lows. It is where. Lower lows. This low. This one is lower than this. It's lower than this. Do you see it? This low is lower than this. Do you see it? Do you see that? Let me type another one. Sorry. So I needed to clarify this so we can make a headway going forward. Good. Lower highs. This high is higher than. So the overall trend is low, is going down. But this high is higher than this. Do you see that? This particular high is higher. Oh, sorry. Oh. Hold on. Sorry. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I needed to do this very well. Good. This is what I wanted. So this is the lower low. Then you have this. Then you have this. So I should be looking forward to selling opportunities compared to buying opportunities. Now, if you're a long-term trader and you say, guy, I don't want to enter a sell trade, even though the trend is on a downward trend. So you want to trade against the trend. And I said that the trend is your friend till the end. To be safe, if you are a long-term trader, which means that you should be looking forward to entering a buy. If it can break outside this trend line, do you see anywhere around there? You see, if you can break that weak resistance, that's for long-term traders. If it can break outside that weak resistance, that place is far. You know, we are on H4. So that place is far. If it can break outside this trend line, just break above this trend line, in fact, to be even safe, for you to know that the trend has changed, it must be able to break above the last lower high. And then you can comfortably enter a buy trade. If not, the overall trend is bearish. The overall trend is bearish. So I'm looking forward to selling opportunities if I see something like a green and a red candle. Somebody will say, what is a green and a red candle? Something like this. Let me look for another instrument that I can use to buttress that. Something like this. I hope you can see this. This is on this USD card actually. Something like this, a red and a green candle formed on that part below that trend line. If you see a clear bearish engulfing candle, that is, I hope you can hear me. I hope everyone can hear me. I hope everyone can hear me. If you can hear me, just type audio. If you can hear me, thank you. Thank you. So if you see something like, I'm trying to make it very easy for you, that if you see something like a red candle engulfing or covering, or I'm short of words, a red candle completely engulfing the candle that comes before it, and the candle that comes before it should be a green candle, that it engulfs it, then you can say, oh, let me enter a sell. But to be conservative, you need to see another bearish confirmation candle. So I'm just trying to show you what I'm talking about. So let's go to the Euro USD we were saying before. So I'm looking forward to a selling opportunity when I see the kind of candle I just showed you now around this trend line. So I'm going to zoom my chart back so you can see what I'm talking about. So if I see something like that, around here, because the trend is bearish, so you don't want to enter a buy trade and stay too long in it. No, you should be entering a sell trade, and you should be looking forward to exiting before the next verified support. I am very certain, I'm very sure, if you can wait and see this kind of candlestick, you can see this, it is close, it is on H4. Do you see that? But it did not completely engulf the previous red green candle. Let me show you that very well. This did not completely engulf. It will end up selling. You understand? This might be a little retest. So if you see a red candle completely engulfing the previous green candle with a bearish confirmation, you can go forward for a sell, and I'm very certain it will sell down to the verified support. I'm very certain that this particular instrument will sell down and retest this support before the end of today. So I'm trying to make it, this is on H4. These are for my long-term traders. Somebody is saying something, okay. So we are still on Euro USD. Let's quickly move quickly. Sorry for the little glitch in network. Now, the same thing I showed you here is the same thing that is happening here. The same thing I showed you on my H4 is the same thing that is happening here. Let me try to shrink my chart a little so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, my trend line is gone. Let me try to draw it again. Apologies for that. I don't know what happened. My trend line, good. If you don't know how to use trend line, please try and join some of our online classes. This can be helpful for you. You should learn how to draw some of these things. Good. Good. Okay. So I go back to my H1, which is my my entry time frame for a day trader. I'm more of a day trader, so I rather trade more on my H1. So for myself, I'm looking forward to a sell opportunity. I already said that. But this particular thing showed me that a bullish engulfing candle was formed on this week's support. You understand? But you can see for a conservative trader, he will say, let me wait for another bullish confirmation so I can enter a short buy. But remember, there is a verified resistance at the top. So even though you're entering a short buy, don't just, enter it and close your eyes. You should enter and exit within the shortest possible time. But this is a massive candle, and that was due to the little weakness on the United States dollar. Let me quickly close my running trade. So but for me, I am looking forward to a bearish engulfing candlestick around this particular region. And this particular region is a very strong region. Very simple. Why? There's a verified resistance at the top. There's a trend line that I drew on my higher time frame, making this place a very strong area of confluence. So if I see something like this kind of candlestick, a red and a green candle, I know that this particular instrument will fall down to this point. I'm certain it will come and test here. So if you can also put, maybe your buy limit, no, your sell limit, sorry, your sell limit. A sell limit is a pending order that says that is always above current market price, expecting that price will push up and change direction. So I'm expecting something like that around there. If a red candle is being formed after a green candle on this trend line, because this is a strong area of confluence, I'll be looking forward to entering a sell trade. I usually tell my clients this, that waiting is a strategy. Some of my big traders in the market will tell me, Sam, I don't make profit from entering a buy or a sell, and I make profit from waiting. The reason is because when I wait, I see better reasons to enter my trades. So I'm looking forward to that happening, and it will sell down to this verified support today. For scalpers, a good scalper would have taken advantage of the weakness of the dollar this morning and made money with this move. Why? The rule of trading says you should learn to buy low. Maybe I should just show you that before I move forward. The rule of trading says buy low. You can see my screen. It said, learn to enter a buy where price is on a support. Euro USD on my 15 minutes time frame fell to not just a anyhow support, to a verified support. A very good reason for you to enter a buy trade. You did not see it. I saw it before the class started. That was why I was saying, oh, I'm seeing an opportunity. Can we take advantage of it? But the network was not helpful. So buy when price is on a support. Yes. Very good rule. If you can follow these rules, you can see on my screen. Trust me, you are not going to have issues. You will multiply or quadruple your account. Let me go back to the chart. Let's go to another instrument. So Euro USD fell to this verified support very early this morning. That was like around 7:30, around 7, like, and less than around 7. It fell to this verified support. Somebody took advantage of it, but you didn't. I saw it this morning and I took advantage of it. I usually tell my client that currencies move more in the morning. I see movement, I see opportunities to trade currencies in the morning. I just enter with 2-3 candlesticks that is going my direction. I'm in for big money. So you can see it is buying. And even though it wants to buy, remember, I ruled this on my 4 hours. That place is a verified resistance on my 1 hour, 15 minutes, and my H4. So I'm looking forward to a selling opportunities if peradventure Euro USD buys up here. Do you understand? So that is that. You can look forward to I think I marked that on my 1 hour time frame. Yes. So I'm looking forward to a sell around here. A sell for Euro USD around this zone. Do you see that? And I'm looking forward to exiting the trade before it gets to this verified support. So just take note and look forward to those candles I mentioned earlier. Then you can make your money. My next favorite instrument I made much money from going into this week, as for a large part of last week, I traded USD and USD-JPY, was USD-JPY. Apart from Euro USD, USD-JPY is one instrument that has, been very, very helpful for me. I just followed the rule of trading, which you have not been following. If you have been following this rule or this principle of trading, you'll be fine. I don't need a prophetess or anybody to tell me that I should be looking forward to buying opportunities on USD-JPY. Yes, on USD-JPY, it will be very wrong for me to just enter a sell and forget it. No. Do you see that? Let me shrink my chart very well so you can see what I'm talking about. I will be taking maybe 2 or 3 currencies before I go to commodities and indices. It is not a matter of maybe looking at all the currency pairs that is the issue. The issue is you understanding why did we enter the trade? Why? So I see, look at it. Right from on the beginning of this year, you entered a buy on USD-JPY. Trust me, even on 0.01, you are not looking at 1 million, 3 million. Mr. Ademola entered a buy on USD-JPY right from the beginning. This is when, the 6th of January, and he entered a buy. He's a big boy by now. Because USD-JPY has been on an upward trend. So on my daily time frame, it's showing that the general trend is bullish. On my H4 time frame, it is also showing me that the general trend is bullish. So if I want to make good money, remember on my daily time frame, what do you see here? It's telling me that, Sam, as much as you are entering this trade, don't forget that USD-JPY tested this place on the 14th of September, 2022. Do you see that? Do you see I hope you can see this. So even though you are entering a buy, don't forget that there might be a strong resistance at the top here, because you did not see it from the beginning of this year. I don't know if this time it will be too late for you to enter it, but bear in mind that there is a strong rejection on my daily time frame. You can see this D1. And this rejection happened on, which date was this? I hope everyone can hear me. I hope I'm not the only one doing this. Okay. On the 21st of October, 2022, USD-JPY was bullish and it was rejected. And price is about to go down there to test it again. So even though you're entering a trade, beyond the fact that the overall trend is bullish, even though you're entering a buy, don't just enter it and forget to, because you're already approaching a rejection point that happened since last year. Do you understand? I was listening to one of my top analysts. He was saying that USD-JPY has been bullish, but don't just turn a blind eye to it too, because a rejection that happened close to 10 months, close to 1 year ago, because this will make it like 1 year, USD-JPY is approaching that particular point again. And we might see a major rejection coming into this October, because this happened like exactly 1 year ago. And we're in October again. So H4 is telling me that as a long-term trader, what do you do? What do you do as a long-term trader for USD-JPY? Let me show you. He said, enter a buy on an uptrend, okay, after a pullback of 50%. Do you see that? He now said, enter a buy after a breakout and retest of a resistance on support. So that's one of the big conditions to entering a buy trade. So let's go back to our chart so you can see what I'm talking about. On my H4 time frame, price has broken where? Price, you agree with me that this place was initially a resistance. Oh God, you don't get it. This place was formerly a resistance. Do you see? I resisted price. In fact, this was a strong verified resistance. A verified resistance. Price was rejected there. It came to test this verified support. Enter a buy at a support. Do you see that? It went back up. Then it broke above the resistance, then came back to retest the support. Do you see that? Do you see that? Price is this on H4. So I should be looking forward to entering a buy since price has broken a resistance, come to retest the support. If it can come back and retest this support and this trend line, and it formed that kind of candlestick I told you before, like a red and a green candlestick, then you should be looking forward to entering a buy. So this is my zone for entering my buy trade. This is my entry zones for entering a buy trade. Enter a buy when price broke below broke a resistance and came to retest the resistance. Do you see that? Now, this is not just a resistance. This is not just came to, it has broken a resistance and it came to retest that resistance. That resistance will turn to a support. Do you understand? Resistance broken, came back to retest, was broken again, was going up again. If it can come back here and retest this support zone, you should be looking forward to entering a buy position. And this is a very strong area of confluence because there's a trend line here. There's also a weak support here. So anything that will make price fall to here, it's a sure buy for long-term traders. For long-term traders, remember there is a news coming up today. So let's not forget that. Let's not forget that there is a news coming up by 3 p.m. today. There's a news coming up by 3 p.m. today, and there's a news coming out. There's a news coming up by 4 p.m. Jerome Powell is speaking by 4 p.m. So just keep an eye on that one. So for long-term traders, enter a buy when price fall down to this weak support. Then you should be looking forward to exiting your trade at this resistance level, the next resistance level. So this is my new exit point. Do you see that? So if it can retest here for long-term traders, you should be looking at exiting here. Somebody who is a very smart trader can put a buy limit here. Said, Mr. USDJPY, just come back and retest here. It is not just one thing that is rejecting you. There's a trend line rejecting you, and there's a weak support rejecting you. And that will push you back up. Yes. And remember that it's not a must, it has to get here. You can put your first take profit before there and put your second take profit at the untested resistance. Somebody is typing. Oh, thank you very much. What really gave me small money this morning was NZD-USD. My goodness. Yes, NZD-USD. We are going straight to NZD-USD. Oh, for USD-JPY, I did not say much on H1. Let me go to H1. Sorry, H1. You can see the same zone I marked on my H4 is reflecting on my H1. It's telling me that, young man, why not wait? Why not learn to wait till price fall to here? Or maybe you set a trap in the market called a buy limit around here, because this place is not just a support zone, it's a strong area of confluence where the bulls are waiting to take dominance in the market. So if price can fall down to this particular verified support, in for a buy. So you can see everything I'm doing started from my higher time frame. Do you see that? It started from a higher time frame. I told you that the two instruments that gave me the big money in the market for a large part of this week, coming into this week, was these two currencies. I got excited. There's a way you will make money, and you just be excited that this year, this December will be sweet. Okay, thank you very much. So scalpers trade on 15 minutes. I'm not a scalper. I'm more of a day trader. Scalpers trade on 15 minutes. So if you're a scalper will tell you, young man, okay, I can't wait till price falls down here. I can't wait for price to fall down here. scalpers take advantage of even little moves in the market. So if price can fall down at the general trend is bullish. So they don't wait for price to fall to a very important zone. Say, when will I wait? How many candles will fall to here? But I'm a day trader. So if I'm making it big. So scalpers just take advantage, even though it's 2,000, 5,000, 20,000, they make it and leave the trade. So
Hello, good morning. I hope you are having a very beautiful morning. I'm so sorry, my colleague internet is terrible. Is actually not doing well at the moment. So please pardon us, pardon Rally Trade. I hope you can all hear me. Please, if you can hear me, just put up something in the chat box and let me know if you can hear me so I can take over from there. Okay, thank you so much. All right, thank you. I'll be taking over from where my colleague stopped. Today is supposed to be Independence Day, but you can see that our network in Nigeria is still having problem with independence. Hopefully, by God's grace, this coming months, everything will be very okay. So thank you all. So let me start from, I'm just going to lay more emphasis on what my colleague had said earlier on, and then I'm going to move on to some other charts. Basically, today being Monday, we know that movements in markets are extremely very, very, very slow. Let me share my screen with you so that you'll be able to see what I'm talking about there. Okay, so I believe you can see my screen now. Yes, I believe you can see my screen now. So today being Monday, markets most times are very, very slow. So you will notice that and majorly it is because on Mondays, especially Monday morning, you don't tend to see any major markets, any major movement in the markets. So I believe my colleague was actually talking about currency, and then let me add one or two more currency to what he has actually said earlier on, and then I can continue from there because of our time. Okay, so quickly let's go to one instrument here, Euro AUD. I believe we are all together. Euro AUD. Okay, USDJPY. Okay, yeah. All right. I'll talk about USDJPY after the Euro AUD. I believe USDJPY, like I told some of my clients last 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, almost up to a month now, that if anybody had been on a long position, that is on a buy position on USDJPY from the beginning of this year, that person will have made some reasonable amount of money. You'll notice that since January this year, USDJPY has been on a upward trend. So it's basically buying. If you look at it from monthly time frame or from weekly time frame, USDJPY has been on a buying or upward trend. So that's the reason why I said anybody that has entered or that's entered the buy since January, and then if the position is still open up to now, that person would have made some reasonable amount of money. Okay, so quickly, Euro AUD, I don't know, for the past few weeks, I've been so interested in Euro AUD, and that's why I want to share my outlook on Euro AUD with you. We can see that Euro AUD, or I'm on my 4 hours time frame, has been on a downward trend. If you're looking at this, my channel here, you can see that the red line here, I'm going to consider the fact that some of us are here that we just new traders. So you can see the red line above here. I hope you can see my screen. The red line above here serves as the resistance, okay? This red line above where my mouse is moving serves as a resistance, and this one below serves as a support. You notice something from the previous time frame or previous market reaction, that anytime price gets up to this resistance, this trend line, that is this red line upward, which is called trend line as well. You see that it is coming down, it gets rejected. Anytime price gets to this upward trend line here, it gets rejected. A combination of two trend line in this manner is called a channel. Okay, so that's why I said the market has been moving in a downward channel. So when markets gets, or when price gets to this upward channel or upward trend, you see that market tends to make a reversal downward. Okay, so basically that means that price is in a downward trend. So how do you look at this, or how do you take advantage of this Euro AUD downward movement? First is you plot this on your chart. Okay, if you don't know how to plot it on your charts, I'll suggest that you join our 10 o'clock class this morning, which will be handled by my amiable colleague. Okay, these are many more will be explained to you, but in the meantime, you can just come to your trend line here, okay, and then draw it downward, okay, so that this will map out a region for you. Just so we know, our support and resistances are zones that needs to be considered. Okay, support and resistances are zones. Okay, they are not exact points. So I'll be looking at excuse me, let me delete this. Okay, so now I'll be looking at a pending. Okay, for those of us that we know how to set a pending order, I'll be looking at a sell limit on Euro AUD, a sell limit on Euro AUD. Trust me, one of the best ways you can actually trade this market is by trading limit order. It is one of the safest, most profitable way in trading the financial market. Okay, limit order. All right, so I'll be looking at the sell limit. You can enter this trade in two ways. Number one, either you do a sell limit on Euro AUD, and then I can give you a particular price point. Okay, so I'll be giving you a particular price point around that verified resistance, and that is 1.65619 for your sell limits. 1.65619. 1.65619 for your sell limits on Euro AUD. I'm on 1 hour, you can see on Euro AUD. Okay, and then please, any other question, please just let's drop our questions in the chat box, and then I will attend to them briefly. Okay, so I can have my selling limits at 1.65619, but if you are the type of individual or trader that don't know how to place your sell limits and you want to do an instant order, maybe you want to see further confirmation before you take a short position or a sell position, then I'll suggest that around that same zone, that is 1.65619, what you need to do is you wait for a bearish candlestick formation to form around there. Candlestick bearish reversal formation such as bearish engulfing, tweezer top, evening star, all those bearish shooting star, all those bearish reversal candlestick, they are plenty. Then whenever you sight them around that zone, that you can use to enter a sell position on Euro AUD. Now, stop loss and your take profits is open to you. Okay, so you can either have your stop loss, your take profits in the manner that this channel is going, or you can take your profits anytime you're comfortable with your profits. But one thing is this: let's try as much as possible to minimize our our greediness. Okay, I know it is not easy, but I pray and I wish, not prayer now, of course, I wish that you can minimize your greediness in this market. So I believe that I have satisfactorily explained to us my position or my outlook on Euro AUD. Okay, so if we have any question, particularly on Euro AUD, please kindly let me know before I answer some other questions in the chat box. All right. Okay, so you said the link in the class. Yes, the link in the class will be dropped in the chat box at the end of this class. So please try and wait till the end of this class and you see the link of the morning class drop in the chat box. So don't worry, the link will be dropped in the chat box. And also, if you need a quicker response, you can just send a message to your account manager and he or she will kindly provide the link to you via WhatsApp or any other platform. Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Deonju, for helping out. Okay, so how do you determine the lot size? You determine the lot size. You determine the lot size depending on your account size. If you have if you have 50,000 naira, it will not. I will not even advise anybody if you have 50,000 naira to be trading DE30 or US 100. Okay, please. Let's cut our quote according, is it to our size now or to our body size? So please, if you have a minimum of 100,000 naira in your account, a minimum in your account on currency, you can use between 0.01 and 0.03 satisfactorily. Not that you cannot use 0.05, not that you cannot use 0.1. You can, but I'm looking at your exposure to risk as well. So 0.01 to 0.03 is fair enough if you have 100,000 naira, less than 100,000 naira in your account. The figure again, the figure is 1.65619. 1.65619. Okay, it is a zone. So another person can decide to put his or her own sell limit around 1.6528 or 1.65567. It is a zone. So it is not compulsory that it is that value that I give you. You can bring it downward a bit. You can bring it at 1.65557. Okay, and you can use the value I gave you, but just know that it is a zone. For those of us that know support and resistance very well, you understand that it is a zone. All right, thank you, sir. Okay, USDJPY quickly. USDPY quickly. 1.65619. I didn't really say 1.05619. I said 1.65619. If you had 1.05619, that's a wrong value. It is 1.65619. 1.65619. That is a zone I'm giving us. Okay, and if price fails to reach that point before you see a downward movement, then you can turn it to an instant sell. Thank you. Quickly, let me move to USDJPY. Quickly, let me move to USDJPY. Today is excuse me. Today is hopefully is going to be a great day in the markets because we have two major news coming out. One, I think one is a speech. Pardon me. One is a speech, and the other one is a data that's been dropped. One is a speech, and the other one is a data that's been dropped. Okay, I think my colleague has said or talked about that earlier. So ISM, which is very, very important, is an economic indicator in the US industry. And then the other one, which is, I think, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell is going to give a speech today. So that's what we're expecting in the markets today. So we should be expecting some really good news move in the markets today. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so drawing trend line, it's very, very easy and simple. All you need to do is to follow the rules of the game, and then so quickly let me just talk about USDJPY and move on to another another instrument. Okay, let me talk about USDJPY and move on to another instrument quickly. Okay, now you can see on on USDJPY that USDJPY, like I said at the beginning of this session that USJPY has been in an upward trend. USDJPY has been in an upward trend. And then it is actually approaching a resistance that was once tested sometimes 2022. This resistance was once tested as far back as 2022. And then when it was tested 2022, it actually got rejected. Exactly, it was tested October 16, 2022. You can imagine. And we are in the month of October as well. So right now, it's been almost a year that the price of USDJPY tested this place. And then it's doing like this. I don't have enough time. I would have loved to talk about what the economy of JPY or Japan is doing, because they are so relaxed on whether increasing interest rate or not. But because of our time, that'll be another day, or in the morning class by 10 o'clock a.m. Now, USDJPY is approaching a resistance. And then at this point, I have this policy that when price gets to a resistance or a support, okay, majorly you have two things playing out, okay? I would say maybe three, but majorly two things. The first one could be a rejection, and the second one could be a breakout, okay? So whenever you are approaching a resistance or a support, a demand or a supply zone, know that price can get rejected or can experience a breakout. So when I say price gets rejected, is when price is moving in this manner and it gets to a particular area and it move in the opposite direction, or when price, and that's rejection. And when price gets to a particular resistance and continuing in the previous direction, that is a breakout. So the third one could be when price gets to a particular zone and then is consolidating. Okay, sometimes when price gets to a particular zone, it consolidates. Why? Because there might not be enough pressure from either the buyers, that is the bulls, or the sellers, and that's the bears, to either push the price upward or downward. So around that zone, you'll be seeing lots of doji candlesticks. Okay, when you're seeing doji candlesticks being displayed around a particular zone, whether a resistance or support, then you know that the buyers and the sellers, there's a strong fight or tussle between the two of them to either push the price upward or downward. Now, price you can see I'm on a weekly time frame, is heading towards this untested resistance now. And then we'll be looking out for either two things to happen. Okay, so that's why I'm going to reduce my my time frame to a lower time, my chart to a lower time frame, so that I will look at the candlestick, that's the price, how it is playing out around that zone. Okay, right now you can see that price is also around a particular zone. Okay, just give me a moment, please. Yes, price is around a particular zone, which is a weak resistance. So yes, a rejection happened. There's a possibility that on USDJPY, a long position, that is a buy position, is still solid on USDJPY. Okay, the only thing we need to do is we need to wait for our price to break this weak resistance to the upward zone, because I'm still of the opinion that the price of USDJPY is still bullish up till maybe if you want to follow what is obvious on the chart on weekly time frame, the last time price, was it weekly or monthly? The last time price goes down tested resistance was last year, 16th of October. Maybe I should just say that we should wait till 16th of this month as well before we enter a sell. So, but as it is now, that is not how markets move. Markets actually move in its own unique way. So we are actually going to wait for price to break above this previous high. Okay, just like my colleague was saying earlier on, we have higher highs and higher low. There's something called the Dow Jones theory, and that's when a break of the previous high, a break above the previous high will signify a further bullish movement. So a break above this untested resistance right now, I'll be looking for a buy. So you can either put a buy limit excuse me, please. You can either put a buy limit above this our price that is there, our resistance that is there. You can either put a buy limit above our resistance that is there. You can have our buy stop. You can have our buy stop above this resistance, because we should be wary of fake breakouts. We should be wary of fake breakouts. So I'm going to have it at 10 pips above that place. I'll be having 149.881. 149.889. Okay. 149.888. Okay. So you can either put a buy limit, a buy stop at that place. Okay. A buy stop on USDPY. You can either put a buy stop there, or when price makes a breakout or when price experiences a breakout, there's something you do. Okay. One of the best ways to trade a breakout is when you are trading breakouts using a retest. So I'm telling you that when price makes a breakout above this untested resistance, when price climbs like this and it triggers our buy stop, there's a high possibility that this price will come back to retest this area before going up. So you can either have our buy stop at 149.888, or we have our buy limit at 149.815. 149.815. Okay, so I'm giving us two entries there. I'm saying that if price breaks above this untested resistance, which seems very likely, if it breaks above this guy, there we can have our buy stop at 149.888. But when you are trading breakouts, you can trade breakouts using a retest. When price break above this guy, there's a high possibility that price will break this 149.888 and then come back to retest this previous resistance, and then we can have our buy limits at 149.815 on USDJPY. We can have our buy limits on USDJPY. That is why I'm giving you the signal now. When time is done, I don't understand that. Please let me know what you mean by that. That's why we are having the signal session now. Okay. Now, so we can have our buy limits at 149.815. So I believe I have been able to make some reasonable explanation to that. You can see that I'm following the trend. We are trend follower. Okay. So the price of USDPY has been buying. So I'm not looking for selling at all. So that's it on USDPY. Quickly, let's move to another instrument, which is outside currency. Let's see gold. Let's see gold. Let's see gold. Let's see gold. I'm sorry, I'm having let's see gold. Okay, so let's go to our price of gold. Okay, now just so you know, this BRICS of a thing, that is the combination of majorly 5 country, now BRICS plus, has been very it's been distorting the markets lately. I believe they tend to use, and they're still going to use, the price of gold to weigh or as a standard against their currency. And just so you know, US actually has the largest gold reserve in their capacity. So it's not going to be an easy ride for the price of for BRICS to come across or come up with a nice currency to combat the dominance of US dollar, to combat the price of dominance of US dollar. So now let's see gold. You see, gold on the daily time frame, you see, has been a downward trend. Gold has been on a downward trend, and then after gold, I'm going to talk about one more instrument, which is indices, and then we'll call it a day. Gold has been on a downward trend, and then, just like I said, I expect that we should be trend follower. Okay, so gold has been on a downward trend. You can see from our weekly time frame, it's approaching a weak support, and then on a daily time frame, is approaching a untested support, which is not bad either. And then if we go down to my 4-hour time frame, I'm expecting that the price of gold should be giving us a possible upward movement. If you ask me, why will I be looking at a possible long position, a temporary long position on the price of gold? Okay, I'll tell you one of the reasons very quickly. because of time. So the price of gold has been on a downward trend, but I believe that a retest is going to happen before it continues the movement downward. So generally, the price of gold is a sell. Generally, and that's on a general time frame, the price of gold is a sell. And on my lower time frame, such as 1 hour, I'm waiting for my charts to load. I think I'm having network glitch. I believe you can all hear me, please. If you can hear me, please let me know. I see that my chart is not moving. So I hope I'm not talking to myself here. Please, if you can hear me, just kindly drop yes on the screen. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, you can hear me, thank you. But then my chart is not moving. So that's why I'm actually waiting. My chart on gold is not moving. I don't know why. I don't know why the chart on gold is not moving. Okay. Well, before let me go to another instrument there. Maybe let's say US 100, and then before I come back to that, I'm so sorry. Like I said, the internet is not favorable this morning. The internet is not favorable this morning. Let's go to US 100. Let me go to US 100, and then before I move back to the price of gold. Okay. I think this thing is across board, but notwithstanding, let me use what I'm seeing now because of our time. Let me use what I'm seeing now to give us signals or give us entry point. US 100, US 100, it's actually made some nice move last week. I enjoyed it. I remember our head of education here at our Lagos office gave us a nice outlook on US 100. That was on Monday or Tuesday. Especially, I remember this inverted shoulder, which actually signified a reversal. Okay, and then since then it's been an upward movement. I remember this trade very well, and it's been very, very nice. So the same thing. I'm sorry for my chart is not loading, but the same thing. You can see that right now the price of US 100, it's actually moving in a very funny manner. Quickly, let me just say this quickly. If I should wait for my chart to load, it will take a while. So now the price of US 100 closed around this period. Closed around this price on Friday, and then you notice that market experienced a gap up when the US 100 opened. It gapped up to this place. When markets gapped up to this place, it came down to fill up this gap that was left. Okay, and this gap that was left on my 15 minutes time frame signified a bullish engulfing candlestick. Okay, here. Okay, so the gap was filled up and then went up to make a retest of this. So right now I'll be looking. Excuse me. Right now I'll be looking at looking for the price of US 100 to be moving in a rather on higher time frames such as 4 hour. I'll be expecting that the price of US 100 is moving sideways. But when we go down to lower time frame, we can see a nice setup. I'll be looking for a possible temporary sell. Okay, a temporary sell, because on Monday morning, US 100, US 30, all of them, they experience sideways movement. Okay, except if there's a huge volatility of volume in the market to push the price upward or downward. So I'll be expecting that the price of US 100 should be moving sideways on my higher time frame. And right now I am on 15 minutes. I'm expecting that this middle band will give way to the price of BS for it to push it down again. Now it might not push it down wholly, but I expect that it will push it down. But if you want to trade on a more stable time frame, such as 1 hour, now let me give you a nice outlook on this 1 hour. I'm expecting on this 1 hour, I don't expect the price of US 100 to get to this verified resistance. So I'll be expecting that price of US 100 will sell. Okay, we still have 18 minutes. So if I go down to 30 minutes, on 30 minutes, I can wait for this candlestick that is forming. When this candlestick forms and it forms as a nice bearish candle, we can enter a sell, and then we can put our take profit, a temporary sell. Remember, we can put our take profits at this gap that was filled up when the market opened. The reason is because on my 1 hour time frame, you can see that obviously we had a double top here. Okay, we had a double top that had formed. Okay, and then it is selling right now. So if price on my 30 minutes time frame, if this bearish candlestick closes as a nice bearish candlestick, and then I'll be looking for a sell downward to this my place where the gap got back to fill in the morning. So let's wait for the next, should I say 10 minutes? After 10 minutes, and then we can take a position on US 100 for a short position. That is a sell position. But then I believe afterwards, markets will be moving sideways. Lastly, let's talk about oil. Oh, okay, somebody said gold. I was going to talk about gold. Okay, I think the chart has improved now. Okay. So on my price of gold, I'm actually expecting a temporary buy. Okay, not too long, just a temporary buy. But then the reason why I'm expecting a temporary buy is because I am seeing that price is at a support, and number two, price actually gave me something we call a bullish divergence. Okay, a bullish divergence I'm seeing on the price of gold. Okay, you can see that if I draw a line from here connecting this low and this low, it's a downward trend. But if I connect the same line from here to here, you can see that it is just a regular divergence. Okay, so you can see that it's flat out, or it's flattened out. Okay, so but basically what I'm telling you is this: if you don't trade support and resistance alone and divergence, you wait for our candlesticks to form. So I'll be waiting for my candlestick to form another bullish candlestick on my 1 hour. If the candlestick that forms bullish candlestick on my 1 hour is massive enough, I'm talking about the length, and then it's massive enough, I'll be looking for a buy. So let's, on my gold time frame, you know, making money in this market is not in clicking buy or sell, it is actually in waiting. So on my price of gold, I'm waiting till 10 o'clock in the next 40 minutes. That means you can come back in the next 40 minutes. After this session, come back in the next 40 minutes to check if this candlestick forms as a bullish candlestick. If it forms as a bullish candlestick, then we'll be looking out for a possible buy on the price of gold. But then it is not for long. You can put your take profits long before this downward resistance. Okay, you can just put your take profits just when you have a nice profits already set up on your chart. So please, on the price of gold, I'll be looking for a temporary buy. Remember, I said the general trend is a sell on the price of gold. But if by 10 o'clock this candlestick closes as a nice bullish candlestick, all right, let's try and give it a nice buy quickly on the price of gold. I've spent way beyond my time, and then I think it's high time that I call it a day. The reason why we had to stay this long, or the reason why we stayed this long on this morning session, is basically because we had internet issues or network glitch. So we are deeply sorry for that, and then we hope that tomorrow's session will be much more better, seamless and smooth. Thank you all. Let me just quickly say this. The timing is on 1 hour, depending on the time frame that you are. Why am I not using moving average but Bollinger Bands as an indicator? I can use moving average, I can use Bollinger Band. The two of them are dynamic support and resistance. Okay, you can use either one, anyone you're comfortable with. I use moving average as well. I use Bollinger Band. So dependent on the way you look at the charts, you can use the two of them. The two of them works almost hand in hand. Okay, they are both dynamic support and resistance. So anyone you're comfortable with, you can use. So thank you all. For those of us that were saying oil, please, I'm so sorry. Time will not really permit me. But then, because I am, the Yoruba people will say Ojukokoro. So I will just look at gold, and I mean the price of oil, and tell you what my outlook is in less than 30 seconds. Okay, so just 30 seconds, and God will impact the knowledge. Okay, so quickly, just oil, just for less than 30 seconds, then I'll call it a day. Excuse me. Oil has been okay. Oil has been nice, you'd say. Okay. Oil. Okay. I will say that you stay away from oil now. Oil is moving sideways. Please stay away from oil, except if you want to scalp. Then you can go to lower time frame, and you have a defined support and resistance. When price is moving sideways like that, wait for a breakout, and then you trade a retest of it. So the price of oil has been moving sideways. So stay away from it for now, except if you know how to do that. So Okay, the link, yes. The link will be sent to you for the 10 o'clock class. The link will be sent to you. Once again, I sincerely apologize for this morning's network glitch, and I wish you a profitable day and a nice productive week ahead. Thank you all, and have a beautiful day. Bye.